was like, guys, listen, um, this is terrible, but I don't want you to close the book on me yet. I want you to actually take this as an opportunity to see how I operate under a crisis, under pressure. Give me 30 days. I want you to see what I can do then, and then like reconsider if you'll continue the investment. And
Hmm.
they said, okay, you have
Great
30
positioning, by
days.
the way.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, wow, that was the smartest thing I've ever come up with. To this day, I really think that it was like my best schmooze ever. Um, I fly across the country. I go to co-founder matching events. I meet people in San Francisco, in Seattle, in New York, in Boston, in LA, in Miami. Like literally, I live on a plane for a month, and I end up bringing in these two guys. One of them's like an even more high-level, competent engineer. I show him the company. We go through the code. I give him an offer with equity, with salary. We agree on it. I come back to the investors. I'm like, look at this kick-ass team I put together in 30 days. And they were really impressed. And they said, you know what? We love it. In fact, we're even going to bump up your valuation just a little bit. And they presented
That's
me a
nice.
new term sheet. Um, I argued for that, but it worked out. Anyway, it wasn't significant. It was nice. That night I go back to the new team. I'm like, guys, we've secured our funding. We're ready to go. We all celebrate. And the guy who I brought on as the new engineer, he pulls me aside after like just as we're about to leave. And he goes, Ray, I looked at the code and it's really, really bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. We've been walking through it over the past 2 weeks. Like we know exactly what needs to be done. We've created a game plan on how to tackle it. He's like, yeah, but it's so bad. I'm thinking we have to scrap the whole thing and start from scratch.
Mm.
I'm like, that's an insane position. I'm like, what are you talking about? Scrap the whole thing. The company is growing. We have profit margin. The plane's in the air, man. Like the plane is flying. You cannot just like, okay, let's stop the engine so we can work on them, you know? But but then I kind of find out what he's actually trying to do. He goes, well, I really see this as because we have to redo all the code. I'm seeing this as a brand new company. So because it's going to be a brand new company, the only way that this is going to work is if we go 50-50. I want 50% equity in order to move forward. Um, and look, to me, this was a very, very, very slimy move, candidly, because we'd already come to an agreement. There was no new information that he had come up on in those 2 weeks. What actually had happened is that with the investment, the term sheet secured again, he knew that if he walks, the investment goes away as well, right? And so he kind of tried to leverage me into doing that, um, which was stupid for a number of reasons. Not just, and this is for any founder that's out there, right? Just keep this in mind, right? It's not just because now you're never going to be able to trust that person ever again in the company, and you know that the next time there's a crisis, he's going to stab you in the back again. But also because just mathematically, I was like, look, man, we just got offered X amount of money for this small percentage in the business. Okay. What do you think our investors are going to say? Potential investors, they haven't even put the money in yet. When they find out that I just gave away not X amount of percentage, but 50% of the company, not for X amount of money, but for free, you know?
Mm.
How are they going to feel about their potential investment? Do they think, wow, we're coming in at the right time, this is the right opportunity? Are they going to be like, are we crazy? Why are we giving this guy money for equity that's worthless? It's literally worthless. He's giving it away for free. Somebody just joined the team 2 weeks ago, gets half of it. Are you crazy? So I would just make sure that founders remember what equity means. It's a value that the investors understand. You need to understand too. So anyway, with all that, I told him obviously like we
Of
can't
course,
work
no.
together.
No.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I had to hand in my walk back to the investors with my tail between the legs again, embarrassed again. Say, look, this is what happened. I jumped the gun a little bit, but thank you for the opportunity and the time. And I just said, you know what? Like maybe I should stop spending so much time trying to convince someone that the company is going to work and just actually make it work and see where we go from there. And the rest is history.